Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Golden Sun, The Lost Age. In the last part, we explored a little bit more of Osenia. We went to a town called Mikasala, we also found a couple Jinn, and a new summon tablet. In this part, we will be heading up to Alfredo, finally. Anyway, here we are, Alfredo! Welcome to Alfredo. This is the largest town in Western Osenia. You can find anything you need here. Unless you need a boat, that is. This guy's probably wondering about that boat sitting down at the pier. It still floats, but I don't think that thing can move. A massive tidal wave hit us and destroyed every ship in Alfredo. Losing our boats was awful. But I feel so bad for all the people whose houses were destroyed by the tidal wave. Right after my boat got crushed, a group of men came by asking if I had one for sale. They were pretty swarthy, like they might have been sailors or something. Those guys looking for a boat sure were in a hurry. I wonder why. Hey, at least I was able to unload that boat with the busted mast on them. Wait. Did the kid sell the boat? Why does the kid have the deed to the boat? I hear the tidal wave knocked Indra into Osenia. Is that true? Yes, it is. Really? It's just so hard to believe, you know? Still, that would explain the massive jolt we felt right after the tidal wave hit. I just can't believe a single tidal wave could cause an entire continent to move like that. But I used to be able to see Indra to the north of us, and it's definitely not there. So, there you go, proof. This must be the healer's place. In the middle of Osenia, there's a terrible village where they worship a foul and vengeful god. The people of Garrow brought the curse upon themselves for worshipping their wicked god. People of Garrow were really nice. You seem like the harsh one. I don't like you. What about in here? We're taking care of some people whose house was destroyed by the tidal wave, but they're just so demanding. My wife feels so overwhelmed that she can't take it anymore. I just wish that old man would stop pestering my wife all the time. With all these demanding house guests, I feel like I've lost control of my own house. I don't mind helping people in need, but I won't be taken advantage of. Aren't you thirsty, my dear? Oh, you're right, dear. I am. Yes, sorry to bother you, but we'd like some tea. Are you talking to me? If you want tea, you can go right ahead and fix it yourself. Well, I say, it seems the lady of the house is no lady at all. All I ask for is a little tea, and that's the behavior I get? I just want to get out of this inhospitable house and back into my own sweet home. When we lost our house in the tidal wave, the master of this house offered his home to us. But living with another family isn't easy. They're absolutely exhausting. Isn't this how a young bride treats her husband these days? Back in my day, we were never like that. Yeah, it's hard to tell if she's overworked because, I don't know, maybe she feels like she has to do everything they ask instead of being, that rude. Finally! We made it! Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about these guys. We're here? Where's the elder? He's coming now. Are we here? I feel like I just walked 500 miles. I'm fine. I feel like I could walk 500 more. Just don't ask me to. So, is this Alfredo? Madra's a pretty big place, but this town is huge. We didn't come to Alfredo to shop, Mr. Mayor. We're here to bring in Briggs, the Champa. I know that. Then we should go straight to speak with Alfredo's mayor. We're in no shape to go present ourselves to the mayor right now. Look, Briggs is obviously not here, and besides, we already know Piers is... Silence! It seems Alfredo has felt the effects of the tidal wave as well. It looks like they suffered a good deal of damage. That would explain why Alfredo doesn't seem to have any boats for sale either. You know, just looking around, I get the impression they only had one boat to begin with. So if you really needed a boat, the only way to get one would be to steal it. Well, wouldn't that cause quite an uproar? Which means the pirates must still be here, trying to get a boat. So, you think we've actually caught up with Briggs? No doubt about it. That's why I want to meet the mayor of Alfredo before the Champas steal a ship. Oh yeah, I get it now. In that case, let's go see Alfredo's mayor right away. Say, excuse me? Where would we find the mayor of Alfredo? The mayor? Oh my. Oh my. Just keep going down this road. It's the last house. You can't miss it. Neat. Those guys who bought the boat looked kinda shabby, but I hear they paid the mayor a whole lot of cash for it. Why would anyone pay so much for a broken old boat? I know I shouldn't be so suspicious, but there's something odd about them. I don't care if it was broken. The mayor shouldn't have up and sold the town's only boat. I wonder if the mayor will use that money to repair our poor town. Hopefully, although if he's anything like mayors in the real world, he's probably going to hoard the money and use it to go golfing. Don't mention the tidal wave to the other merchants. It did a lot of damage, and we'd really just rather not talk about it, you know? If all my goods were damaged by seawater, they'd be useless. I'd have to throw them all away. I'm lucky the wave missed my shop. Yeah, but it does look cluttered. You should fix that up. Those men didn't look like they were from Oceania. I wonder what business they have in Alfredo. No idea. Well, actually, I do have an idea. ... Oh, this ain't good. That guy looks like the mayor of Madra. He must have come here looking for Briggs. I'd better go tell the others. Now, what's your problem? What are you, some kind of freak? Well, what? You got a problem with me? Yes, I do. Who cares what you think? I've got stuff to do, so scram, kid. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna go tell them about the mayor of Madra. Well, he seems like a nice guy. Hey, sleep bomb. Nice. I was just guessing. Let's see. Yeah, everything's so boring here. Why doesn't anybody do anything criminal? I don't know why there are so many outsiders in Alfredo now, but it's bound to mean trouble. Those people that just came through looked totally exhausted. You don't suppose they passed through the Yampi Desert to get here, do you? Who would come to Alfredo across the Yampi Desert? It's way too dangerous. Anyone with half a brain would have just taken the bridge to the northwest. Well, lady, it's broken. Maybe you should try fixing stuff in your stupid town before you go judging people. Hey, side crystal. Let's see, what's over here? No one is allowed beyond this point. Don't even think about it. The mayor said no one goes through, and I mean to make sure no one goes through. Well, that's a pity. Listen, you look like an okay guy, and I'd love to let you through, but I just can't. I mean, if I let you in, then I'd have to let everyone in, right? I'm sorry, but it wouldn't be fair. My partner's always in such a bad mood. Maybe I could bake him a cake? Did you want to see the mayor? Yeah, sure, why not? Sorry, but he's meeting with some visitors from Madra right now. Maybe you can come see him once he's finished with them. I hate my job. I always have to be so tough and secretive around people. Deep down inside, all I really want to do is read them some of my poetry. Yeah, reading poetry is fun, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I can hate not liking your job. I hate my job, too. Oh, yeah, I already talked to her. She just moved, so we can get to the inn now. Yay! You see how full our inn is? You'd think we'd be making money hand over fist. But that's not true. We just don't have the heart to charge the people who lost their homes. Perhaps the mayor will cover the cost of lodging everyone so we can feed them a decent meal. We're just trying to be helpful, but we're the ones who end up looking cheap. The town ought to give money to all the people who suffered from the tidal wave. That way, maybe the innkeeper could afford to make us better food. I bet the master of the inn could afford to give us better food than he's been giving us. Well, it sounds like the mayor just got a lot of money from the boat, so, you know. Maybe you've noticed, but a lot of folk here lost their homes in the wave, but don't mind them. I never imagined anyone from Alfredo would ever stay at my inn. We're all guests in the same inn, so why is my meal so awful? At the very least, they should let us go back for seconds on that stinking slop. I think I've lost weight from all these vegetables. Sure, I'm looking skinnier than ever, but something tells me this just isn't healthy. You do need protein. I don't think I've had a bite of meat or fish ever since setting foot in this inn. That smell. Oh. Sniff, sniff, that smell. That's the smell of fish? No! Now I'm drooling! Oh, I'm hungry. My tummy hurts. When's dinner time? Maybe I'm just hungry, but everything they put in front of me looks delicious. I'm so hungry, I could eat my own hand. Please don't. Please don't do that, kid. The innkeeper told me to use only the cheapest ingredients to help save money. I can't believe I'm only supposed to feed the villagers vegetable dishes. Wait, vegetables are cheap? I would love to live here. I wish vegetables were cheap. The innkeeper serves his paying guests better meals than we Alfredans get. That's so cheap. I want gourmet meals too. Oh, I forgot to read his mind. Maybe it's because all we've been eating is vegetables, but I just never seem to fill up. I can't believe the innkeeper is renting out more rooms when we're busy as this. I can't believe the innkeeper is cramming all those poor people into that tiny room. He certainly can't badmouth the mayor. They're both stingy. I heard there's only one person staying in the room next door. Can't they just move one more person into that room? Like me? That warrior next door is so suave and handsome, just how I like him. I hope we can be friends. A warrior, you say? Ooh, if it's Isaac, we probably have to fight him. We all have to bear the discomfort of this place until our homes are repaired. When you're living packed in together like this, you're bound to get on each other's nerves. I just hope everything goes back to normal once we move back into our own homes. Pop's been looking around, and he says the mayor keeps all his treasure underground. He says it's south of the palace, but that's all I know about it. Everyone says the hill beneath the mayor's mansion is full of tunnels. I wonder if that's true. Why do we all have to be cooped up in such a small room? How am I supposed to sleep with Grandpa grinding his teeth all night? I think they put me next to Grandpa so they wouldn't have to listen to him grind his teeth. I'll never forgive the mayor for failing to come to our aid when we were all suffering. I wonder what I can do to make him suffer. I hope the mayor's treasure room doesn't run too close to the prison. If those thieves found out about it, they'd dig their way out in no time flat. Our guests are very upset with the mayor. I just hope they don't do anything rash. I know our mayor's bad, but he wouldn't stoop to stealing from his own people, would he? Oh, it's Alex. So, you've finally come. I had suspected we might run into each other again, since we both are looking for boats. Unfortunately, the only boat this town possesses has already been sold. I will be resting here in Alfredo a bit longer. I have traveled long and hard, and I am weary. Perhaps we can get along, at least until we both depart. The broken mast on the ship they sold won't be easily fixed. That is, as long as we adepts don't do anything about it. Really, I do wish you would quit using your mind read on me. Trust me, my thoughts will become all too clear in due time. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Alex. I don't like you. I didn't say that. I should cut that out. I don't like Alex. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. We got that tidal wave may well wash out both my business and the weapon shopkeepers. Doesn't matter how well crafted a suit of armor is, if you soak it in seawater, it's junk. All my furs are ruined, all my steel is rusted. It's nothing but garbage now. I wonder, do you have anything good though? Still those safety boots. Yeah, nothing new from armor shop. What about weapon? We were hit by a wave so strong that it swept homes off their foundations. What's worse is, all my best weapons were washed out to sea. Losing all my most expensive items may well ruin my business entirely. Alright, well, let's see what weapons you do have, dude. Nothing good.
Our port was ruined by the tidal wave, so kids aren't allowed there anymore. But all I wanted to do was just see what kind of wind is blowing off the sea. I don't know why they won't let us kids go down to see the dock. I want to see what kind of damage the tidal wave did.
She seems like a lovely little girl. Let me guess, you're here because you want to buy a canoe, right? No. That's good, because I've got a ton of work to do already. And then I have to head down to the wharf and help clean up the wreck. We can't raise the mast until we get rid of the debris. But I can't help get rid of the debris until I finish at least this one last canoe. That boat at the wharf uses a sail, so it's more efficient than any galley. And since the mast is broken, it's not going anywhere. What a waste. I still can't believe those guys wanted to buy my busted boat. One man's junk. Why would the mayor go and sell our boat to a bunch of foreigners? I know it's got a broken mast, but come on! It may be newfangled, but it's no good if it's broken. Forget technology, I'm sticking with boats with oars. No masts for me.
Oh, we've had a lot of strangers coming through here lately. This tidal wave's actually been good for Alfredo. The town is bustling with activity. I think I'll still steer clear of those swarthy men at the wharf, though. They're a scary lot. Well, alright, it sounds like there's a lot happening at the wharf, so after we talk to this guy, I'm gonna go rest up at the inn, and I'll meet you guys back here.
The only boat spared by the tidal wave is that newfangled ship that catches wind in a sail. Well, the thing is, the mast that holds up the sail got snapped apart. I wonder if my partner has finished up that canoe yet. The sooner he finishes, the sooner we can clean things up down at the jetty. Yeah, so I will meet you guys back here when I'm rested up at the inn and, you know, all that fun stuff. Alright, and we are back. I rested up at the inn, I got my gin set up, you know, just in case we happen to come across any shady pirates in business and stuff and we have to fight them all. You know, worst case scenario. This does look like a neat ship, though.
It's no use. The mast just won't budge, no matter how many people we get to help us. We're going to have to get all this junk off the mast first. If we could just get some decent footing, we could have this thing clear in no time. There's more to it than that, though. We still have to do something about that rope over there. Untangling that'll be a piece of cake once we get a boat we can use. Oh yeah, a piece of cake, except for that huge rock over there. Oh yeah, the rock. How are we supposed to get the mast out from under that thing? It's huge! There's no way we're gonna move it by ourselves. Well, either way, we can't do anything until Zach finishes the canoe. What's your problem? You're new in town, aren't you? Yeah, just got here, today. You're probably curious about this here ship, huh? A little bit, yeah. They call this a sailing ship. Wind is the only thing that'll make it move. Isn't that incredible? I guess? Yeah, well, think how surprised we were to find that Alfredo had learned to build sailing ships. I suppose the age when anyone could sail the seas was bound to come someday.
People call us Champa seafaring people because we make sailboats. And sure, maybe we do a little pillaging on the side, but now that Alfredo can build sailboats, Briggs's pirating days may be ending. We sent my pal into town to get some supplies, but he came back looking pale. He went straight down to talk to Briggs, and I haven't seen him since. That lousy rat. If something happened back there, he should have told all of us. Now I can't stop worrying. What's taking him so long? We paid big money for this ship. It's ours now, so don't you go crying about it. I thought it would be easy to right the mast, but I think I must have been crazy. If we could just raise the mast, we could head back to Champa. When I think about how long it will be until we go home, I miss Champa all the more. I'm just glad nobody in Champa knows we're pirates. Yeah, I may need to redo their voices so that way I can get them some more sound more consistent, you know, all that stuff. I'm gonna save right here, just in case. The mayor of Madra? Here? You're certain? Oh, how did he know we came to Alfredo? Well, he knew we needed a ship, and he knew we went east. It seems pretty easy to me. Well, yeah. When you put it that way, it does make sense. He was looking to find the mayor of Alfredo. He must be hoping the mayor will tell him where we are. He'll probably tell the Alfredos we're pirates too, huh? Pirates? That seems a little unfair. Now, what do you mean? What do you mean? We are pirates, aren't we? I mean, we've taken all sorts of stuff that didn't belong to us. That's only because everyone in Champa would starve otherwise. We don't have any choice. And even then, it's never a lot. Well, what's not? The stuff we take. We never take too much from any one town. Yeah, I guess not. And why do you think that is? Why? Because you never can tell how these wealthy towns will react. It's too risky, right? Hey, yeah, which is why we didn't steal anything from Alfredo. Right? That's why we avoid the risky towns and just take what we need from the others. See, that's why you're our captain, Briggs. You've got brains coming out of your ears. There's nothing brainy about that. Oh, I loved how the boys were startled and Sheba didn't react at all. Hey, wait, did you hear that? It sounded like a girl. Who's out there? What do you think you're doing? Don't you know that someone has been falsely imprisoned for your crimes? What's your point? You have to come with us and attest to that man's innocence. And why would I want to do something like that? Oh ho! I was hoping we could avoid any ugliness, but you leave us no choice. And by us, I mean them. We'll bring you in against your will if we must, but either way, you're coming with us. Isn't that right, Felix? Nope. After what they've done? Come on, we need to make them fess up.
You don't stand a chance. We're hardened criminal types. We eat punks like you for breakfast. Watch yourselves, you self-righteous little brats. You're the ones with a lesson to learn. Alright, and here we have Briggs. This is a boss fight, and it's actually a pretty tricky one, despite the fact that Briggs is actually weak to every element. Yeah, let's see. The thing that makes Briggs tough is that he can keep summoning in an endless supply, or endless reinforcements. There will always be more and more of these sea fighters to come in and help Briggs out. So, the best way I found to deal with him is to have one of your party members focus single target attacks on Briggs himself. Another party member focuses on dealing damage to the whole group of enemies, and your third party member can heal. I think the best candidate for healing is Sheba. Just give her the Venus Gen and she can cast Cure. Although Jenna or Felix can also heal with the 2 Mercury Gen you've acquired up to this point. And then anyone can do area of effect attacks. And pretty much anyone can also do, what's the other word I'm looking for? Single target. Well, the single target ones are best left to Jenna or Felix. Alright, so I'm going to have Jenna summon Nereid, so that way she can use Cutting Edge with a lot of force. And Sheba, let's see. We're going to start with Iron for Sheba. Love the music for this boss fight. Yeah. So he'll never have any more than 2 of his sea fighters out at a time, so it can be pretty manageable if you're careful. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have Felix summon Flora here, so I can show that off. Jenna, on the other hand, let's let Jenna summon Megara. That ought to be fun. And Sheba will use Echo on Sea Fighter 1. Yeah, Megara isn't very powerful, but since it boosts your attack, it's definitely one of the more useful summons. Alright, we got 1 Sea Fighter down, but he's probably going to just summon in more, so might not be in a good spot here. Since Felix's Djinn haven't reset yet, I'm going to go ahead and have him cast a heal on Jenna. Jenna's going to go ahead and Mad Blast there. And Sheba will summon Zagan to get our Earth power up a smidge. And then my evil plan going forward for the rest of the fight is going to be to have Jenna use area of effect spells. Felix will use his single target Astral Blast, mostly on Briggs, and Sheba is going to cast Cure on anyone who takes damage, so that way I don't get too overwhelmed from damage. And then Jenna can also cast Ply when I need her to. Plus, with Jenna being so slow, she should cast her Blast spell after Briggs makes his turn, so she'll be keeping up the damage quite well. Yeah, I'll just have to wait for Echo to get back to set, because right now Sheba just has these.
Actually, let's go ahead and use a wind slash while we're waiting this turn. And you could have tackled Briggs before heading to... I could have tackled Briggs before heading south to Garrow and then Ayers Rock, but you'd pretty much be massively under-leveled for that, and it gets really, really tricky. So I definitely recommend Ayers Rock first especially if you're having trouble defeating Briggs as soon as you can get to Alfredo. Hey look, he's down already. Okay, let's go ahead and Astro Blast, Cutting Edge, and attack. And we did it! We won! Woo! Well, that takes care of that. And I'm willing to bet everyone Briggs has been harassing will be quite happy to hear it. This should set everyone in Indra at ease. They all seem to fear the pirate Briggs. We lost. Even pirates have honor. I'll go quietly. I won't make a scene just because I lost. Go on, hand us over to Madra or Alfredo or whoever. Good. First off, you can tell the Madrans that the man called Piers is innocent. Fine. So, what? I just have to say that Piers isn't one of my men? No. Saying Piers is innocent won't clear you of your crimes. We've secured Briggs's vow. We should take him to the Madrans. Oh, wait! Oh, can't you find it in your heart to forgive Briggs and his men? And who are you? My name is Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha? Cha-Cha? I'm gonna go with Cha-Cha. I'm Briggs's wife. Oh, so you're a pirate too? No! Cha-Cha hasn't done a thing. Let her be. I know Briggs and his men have all caused some great trouble with their piracy. And I know their crimes cannot be ignored. I know. If you know all that, then how can you just ask us to just forgive him anyway? The only reason Briggs became a pirate was to help the people of Champa. We Champa are a seafaring folk. Our livelihood depends entirely upon the sea. But in recent years, the sea has changed. We can't live the life we once could. The oceans have warmed, and the fish have vanished from our waters. The soil in Champa is rocky and barren. No crops can grow there. No crops. So you have no brains and no meat? Sounds like life in Champa is hard. It's not hard. It's unbearable. Our children can't eat. Our village is dying. A minute. Just a minute. These men promised to return with food enough for all our people, but they found none. Oh, so you became pirates, thieves. We don't know where Champa is. It sits on the southeast corner of Angara. Southeast Angara? Isn't that near Zion and Lama Temple? You have a good memory. If you were to head south through the mountains, you'd find it. That's so far away. Well, yeah. You think we would be successful pirates so close to home? If they raided any towns near Champa, it would be obvious to all who the attackers were. And no one back home could forgive me if they knew. Not even my grandmother. But where does that leave us? Are we simply to accept your looting here on Indra?
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked!
What's so shocking?
It looks like they really are pirates, just like you said.
Mr. Mayor, I am appalled that you could not take our word for it. He probably wouldn't even have believed we were from Madra if the mayor hadn't come. Am I supposed to believe the accusations of a complete stranger? Is this your position, Mayor? How can I be expected to believe a tidal wave could wash Indra into Oceania? Or that a group of men could walk on foot from Madra all the way to Alfredo? It sounds to me like you had forgotten about us altogether. I'm not sure you remember the last time we met, do you? We met when I was just a child. It must have been more than 10 years ago now.
20 years. It's been 20 years since I last saw you.
Has it really been so long?
It's been a long time indeed.
I guess we can't blame you for forgetting his face.
Don't be silly. I didn't forget his face. His face merely changed.
Ahem. Forgive my interrupting your interruption, but would I be correct in assuming that I am speaking to the leaders of Madra and Alfredo? You are correct. I am the mayor of Madra.
And I am.
Well, that was a weird exchange of expressions.
I am the mayor of Alfredo.
I am Madra's town elder. And I am a close personal friend of Shin, whose lover was injured by the Champa. I am the scholar, Creighton. He is Felix, the leader of our group. He doesn't talk much. I am Jenna, Felix's sister. And I am called Sheba. I come from the town of Lalavero. Now, what errand has brought you all here?
We came for Briggs, the mayor of Madra claims.
I know I normally don't read when they talk at the same times, but I thought it'd be funny. Maybe I can, stack them. I don't know. We followed Briggs here from Madra. Of course, we have good reason to suspect them of being pirates.
Ahem. And I was honestly taken aback to hear a businessman being slandered. If they truly are pirates, then why would they go to the trouble of buying a ship from us?
Easy, they couldn't steal it.
Because the very funds they used to purchase the ship were pillaged from our homes. If the ship was bought with Madran gold, then it belongs to the Madrans.
What do you say? If you give them the ship, will that fix everything? Then where will you go? I won't run, and I won't hide. Actually, I don't feel up for much of anything right now.
Then you probably won't mind being locked up, will you?
Briggs. Don't worry, Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha, I'll be back. Take care of Eolio? That is a weird name. Your strange powers surprise me, but even without them, you would have overwhelmed us. Huh, we'll be taking that boat then. You're taking our ship? You're worse than we ever were. Aren't you at least going to pay us for the boat? Quiet! All of you! Do as you must, but I have one request. You have to let Cha-Cha and Iolio stay in the boat until it's repaired. I should probably stop stumbling over that name. You haven't done anything to Alfredo. You haven't done Alfredo any harm, Briggs. At least keep him locked up until the boat is repaired. And our prisoner, Piers, is he one of your men? I don't know any Piers. Sounds to me like you've made a pretty big mistake. See? It's just as I said. Piers is innocent. You must return to Madra and free him immediately. Me? What? Alone? Only 2 of us will remain here. You can return to Madra with the others. Understood. We'll return immediately. Can you come with us? Please? You're a guard. You don't have to be polite. Although I think it's in the Geneva Convention that if someone tells you please, you have to do what they say. It looks like that wraps this whole mess up. Let us return to my mansion for a nice cup of tea. You say your name is Creighton? Thank you very much for the help with Briggs. If you have the time, please come see me at my mansion before you go. It's nothing special, but I would like to thank you for everything you've done. Why do I get the feeling the mayor of Alfredo prefers to deal with my father over me? I don't know, maybe they were good friends. Thank all of you very much. Due to your efforts, Piers is going to be released. And now, this fine ship belongs to Madra. None of this would have come to pass were it not for you. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have any reward I can offer you here. Oh, pish-posh. We don't need any reward, do we, Felix? Yes, we do need a reward. Oh, wait. Ha! Your honesty is refreshing, Felix. So, what shall we do? I know! Come to Madra after our boat has been fixed and we've sailed home. We are still recovering from the effects of the tidal wave, so it won't be much. But we do want to give you some kind of reward. Well, shall we be going? He seems like a nice guy, I guess. I see, so... Oh, nothing. Never mind. I do get to stay on the boat, right? At least until it's repaired? Yes, that's where I'll be if you need me, with Iolio. I feel kind of bad for Cha-Cha. What can we do about it? After all, she is the one married to a pirate. So, what should we do now? I suggest that we try to find Piers. He could prove enlightening. That's true. He seems to be a water adept. He might be able to tell us a little about these lands. Do you think we should help them fix the boat?
Say, if we help with the boat, maybe they'll give us a ride back to Madra. Good idea.
What do you say, Felix?
No.
You're opposed to it? Well, since you seem to have your own ideas, let's get going.
Well, before we get going, we're actually going to head down here and move this box. And, yeah. So you see there's a box stacked precariously here with a piece of bread on top. If you use that trimmer we found in the Madra catacombs, it'll dislodge, or it'll shake the crate, and we can grab a large bread. We're gonna need that a little bit later. Although, speaking of a little bit later, I'm gonna go ahead and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.